Mobile games are getting bigger and better every month, obviously. Frankly, it seems there's always something to talk about, whether if you're a casual gamer or like me, like a lot of adrenaline. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video today on Mobile Game Zone. We're going to be taking a look at some of the greatest games you're ever going to lay eyes out that were released for Android and iOS devices this past week. Let's do it. And number one, and in case you didn't caught up yet, this has actually been around since December last year, but only in China. We have, for those of you new here, Tower of Fantasy, which is an open world, well technically MMORPG project that's been in development for 4 years already. And yes, it's a cross-platform playing game and now available finally worldwide since only hours ago. Games downloaded over 3 million times already. It'll take a hefty 10 gigabytes of space out of your device, and in case you're not interested, it's got a 4.6 review score out of 5 already. Take a look.
My long-cherished wish is about to come true. Welcome to the new world.
Dynasty Warriors Overlords. Get 50 recruits.
Coming up behind that, my friends, it's the one and only Dynasty Warriors Overlord. As touted by Tecmo itself, the most powerful game of the Three Kingdoms on mobile phones right now, and will probably ever. With a CD-free 2-button control and a powerful Muso-style gameplay, if I've personally ever seen one. Here's the thing, you need a strong device for this one, however, it's taking you down for almost 4 gigabytes, plays all the way free, it's downloaded over 1 million times through different regions, and this is how it actually really looks.
Iconic storyline of the Three Kingdoms. Log in to get SSR Guan Yu. Dynasty Warriors Overlords. Download now.
At number 3, and I'm gonna be frank with you guys, this is actually the 400,000 times for something like this to have been released for the past few years. They work exactly like the same in every damn way except the hero that you get to play as and its abilities. Yeah, well, something here called Ropewing Hero Gangster Vegas. Now, unless you're not new to this, I suggest just give this one a pass. Otherwise, it's an open world superhero sim and works pretty much like Grand Theft Auto, except maybe made by a small indie team, and you've got, well, superpowers. Check it out quick. Moving on, we've got something called Gorebox Animosity. Now, this is technically the third and the final remaster of the Gorebox series, something I have not been familiar with before. So personally, I think if you're looking for an easy to pick up and play over the top kind of sandbox game where you can spawn people, cars, or just anything for that matter, make maps, go through them, or go through someone else's and kill their ragdolls. Frankly, there's a lot you can do in this game, not just those. And it's 100% recommend, especially if you're into Minecraft. At number 5, and honestly this might as well just be the best thing you're ever gonna look at today, something called Fun Battle Simulator. As you've guessed, it's basically just a ragdoll medieval physics-based 1 versus 1 fighting sim. I'm not even really sure if it's playable online, so there's nothing much to talk about with this except this is how it really works. The game is free. It's been around since last week with very positive review scores and downloaded actually a tad less than 1,000 times only, which I don't really get it. It's a good game. Moving on, for all of you fighting fans, especially if you're you're a superhero fan. Well, we have here Stakeman Hero Fight, which is a free-to-play, all you need to do role-play as heroes and fight against villains sort of game where you push a few buttons and suddenly it's just the most fun thing for the rest of the day. Technically, you play as comic heroes, albeit it's changed due to copyright stuff, I believe, and there's about 50 of them to play with. It's got lots of modes to go through and all of them for free. Check it out.
Play now.
At number 7, actually released only hours ago, by the way, we have Neptune GL. This is just a space shooter, to be quite frank and simple about it, and themed, as you can see, obviously heavily with science fiction aesthetics. I mean, like, it's set in the future in terms of story is what I'm saying. The game is made by an indie developer. Frankly, I've included this one here because he deserves a round of applause, so for the effort, and the fact that it is downloaded less than 1,000 times. Go give him some love, guys, if you are into space shooters, and otherwise, moving on. Alright guys, moving on, and first off, this is only available for pre-register at the moment, but one that's actually received quite well since the past 24 hours. We have something called Dark Arena Wonder Heroes. As you can see, an idle story-based kind of action RPG, and one that's coming from developers known for this type of thing, and pretty much actually using next generation graphics, or is what they would say. Not really much to talk about with this one either, except it's got a long road to go, and this is technically how it really looks.
Times Grandma has been beaten away.
Moving on, we've got Shambles. Now, there is quite a handful of games on the Play Store called Shambles, so do make sure to use the link in the description to reach this one specifically. It is a turn-based card game adventure strategy, and it's set about 500 years into the future, where once again Earth is home to a lot of mutants. Well, gameplay-wise, this is a story-focused, choice-driven, sort of visual novel-ish thing too, and in case you're interested, we'll take a hefty 800 megabytes of space of your device as well. At number 10, we have, well, there's a good chance you might have already been familiar with this one already, but just in case, the sequel to Flip Range from a few years ago with over 5 million downloads ever since. And now we'll finally back since a week ago with new tricks, more than 70 combination of tricks to be specific, and it's just a physics-based fun sim, pretty much time killer. Check it out real quick. Coming up behind that, we have from a tad over 48 hours ago, a real-time strategy offline game mainly, and one that works through roguelike elements. Now, it's as you've suspected a lot like Red Faction games, albeit it's just mix and there ain't much comedy going around, where you play the role of a savior of the galaxy as heroes, each of which have their own unique set of skills as well there. It's got more than 100 types of enemies to deal with, so it's not going to be an easy game. To get a hang of, it will take 1 GB of space and it is totally free. And last but not least, well, we've got a Peggy 3 for all under Netflix's age, I guess. A bike riding, simple and fast-paced head-to-head racing kind of game called Cartoon Network BMX Champions, where you can play as probably one of your favorite cartoon characters or something similar, at least. Whether if you're into stunts, one-wheeling, dirt biking, championships, and whatever. The game's been around since August 6th and with over 10,000 downloads so far.